So here we are, class. Here is a video helping us to be successful in class. What are your expectations? Let's look at important information. Let's look at our grades and deadlines and tips. How can we be successful in class? So let's go ahead and take a look, and we're going to see what's involved with that, and we'll get started. So in Google Classroom every morning, we do have our daily assignments of what we're doing, and it's all linked here, and you'll see many things linked along with assignments. Another important link that is posted here, and it's posted in a previous post, is Physical Science class link. So let's take a look at that. Class links has important information like the syllabus. So let's take a look at what's important right now in our brief discussion. So let's take a look at, most importantly, grading right now, right? Grading is important. So let's go ahead and look. Exams and quizzes and classwork and homework comprise of 50% of your grade. So it's very important you get your work done. Now, when we're talking about late assignments, we do need to follow deadlines. Your assignments are due the next class period. But I'm giving you a grace period of 7 days to turn it in late. Normally I would take only 50% credit. I'm giving you 75% credit. Please make sure you turn those in. If you are absent, feel free to contact me, and I can always check the roll and make sure you have an excused absence so that you get full credit. So let's take a look at another important piece of information. So let's go ahead and look at assignments. And when you click on this link, this is important because it shows you when the assignments were assigned, and they are due the next class by 8 a.m. And if you read through, it'll let you know that you can get 75% credit, but you need to turn it in by the final due date, what you'll see below. And some of these have ended already. You had over a week's time to make it up and get those points in. It's important you're here those days, but again, communication is important. All quizzes and tests are due the day that they're assigned. I give you a 3-hour block to take quizzes. You have unlimited opportunities to take them, but there will be makeup dates as listed in the highlighted yellow. If you are taking it late because you did not take it and you forgot about it, you can take it at that later date for 75% credit. So this is a very important page to visit, and that PS links is very important. Another important link here is the tutoring link, and so I do let you know in class verbally, and I post it. Now we have tutoring and the time that day, so it's a good time to show up and have a conference with me. Maybe it's just about your grades, making sure things are current and done correctly. Maybe you need help doing things properly. So let's go ahead and look at assignments that we do, like CK12. CK12 is a digital textbook, and it's also a digital notebook. And so we use CK12 every day, and you should be reviewing your notes on CK12. So we're going to take a look here at that. So here's an example, 9.4 speed. And so what we're going to do is we're going to highlight important information, key terms, key facts, information that is going to be helpful and what we're supposed to learn. We can also watch the videos. We can also take notes in a notebook at home during those videos. So let's look more at the highlighting here, average speed. And so I've highlighted key information. Now if we go to the top toolbar, we can click on notes and highlights, and notice how it is not only a digital textbook, but a digital notebook. There's average speed, matching with average speed, and the notes go there. We can add extra information. Like I couldn't highlight the equation for speed, so I entered it in as a note to the right, and there it is. So all of this information that we read is important. We need to find out that information, we cover it the next day in class or the same day. Here's another example. We're studying instantaneous speed. The definition is in green. Calculating distance or time from the speed equation, the average speed equation. And so we're matching up the green with the green, as you can see there. And as we go down and look at our highlights, we can also add notes. And so we can easily do that and save it minutes on the toolbar to the right. And the toolbar is going to be important when we train our assignments. and important answering questions. So this is all important information. And again, we can add notes to that. Here I'm matching up the colors there. So there is in summary that bullet point is in pink. The notes to the right match up with it. And there it is. And it has our extra notes. Now we get to the questions. You want to highlight the questions, and then we can open up that little box and we can answer the questions in the box. And then to the right, I'm going to go ahead and match that up there. So see, there is the question highlighted yellow, what is speed? And then you input your answer, and then we can go over these in class. This is important because you're going to be taking screenshots of your work. And so here's a perfect example of what a finished product may look like. So when you click on the bottom, once you've taken your notes, you're going to do a practice, and this practice will be able to just give you like a quick snapshot of what you know. So it's like a practice quiz, but you can take it as many times as you want. They're typically multiple choice. Take it as many times as possible so that you can get 100%. This one is 10 out of 10. You can take it as many times as you want so that you can get a perfect score. So let's take a look at what this assignment should look like when you turn it in. So let's go ahead and take a look here in an example. So see the turn in button on the top? That's when you've taken the practice as many times as possible. You can get 100%. Then you click the turn in button while you're on CK12. Then it puts it in a spreadsheet for me, and I have your score, and I can enter it in the grade book. Again, these assignments are due the next class, and I give you a week grace period to turn it in late. Make sure you click the turn in button. And then the next thing is you're going to take screenshots of all of your notes, and here are some examples of what they look like. And then you turn this in, you turn these screenshots into Google Classroom. So again, your highlighted work, you're taking screenshots, and again, you're putting those screenshots into Google Classroom for part of your grade. So those are the things that we've been doing since week 1. And just to show you on my end, when you turn in your assignment on CK12, if you've taken that practice multiple times, you get 100%. Your scores go right into here. And that's why it's very important you click the turn in button on CK12, and then you take your screenshots for the extra points that are also required for you to earn for a positive grade. And you take screenshots and put those into Google Classroom. So now, as we move away from CK12, let's look at something else that we use in class. That's a regular learning tool we use online, and that will be Edpuzzles. And Edpuzzles are pretty self-explanatory. Basically, I give you the assignment in Google Classroom. Again, these assignments are always due the next class period. The videos are always short. They're always no more than 5 to 10 minutes, usually less. So Edpuzzles are very simple. As you can see, we just go ahead and get there. We get to the video, we watch the video, and we answer questions. And here are some examples. So every teardrop shape on the bottom, it takes us a link to, in this case, a quick video where I'm giving a little bit more background information that's not given, or extra information. Here again we see another teardrop. It's got more, it has more notes that I have for students. And then here we get to questions, and then we can answer those questions to kind of see if we're getting the information. And we use this in class to help identify where we are as a class and to guide our instruction. So there you go. And another important fact as we finish up here at Edpuzzle, make sure you turn it in on Edpuzzle. Make sure it's turned in. Okay, so we've gone over CK12, Edpuzzles. Now we're going to go ahead and look at Quizizz. And so when I assign a Quizizz for a grade, I will put in Google Classroom and students will access it just like so. You click on the link and it'll take you to Quizizz. Now we do take Quizizz as practice quizzes live in class, but they are only practice. So we again get a screenshot of where we are as a class, identify our trouble spots. So let's take a look at Quizizz, and here's where you join in the Quizizz. So let's look at what a Quizzes looks like. So let's look at this Quizzes on Motion. It has 5 questions, and I assign it as homework. And when I assign it for a grade, I assign it at the end of the period, around 12:30, 12:35, the end of the day, for classes. And notice I'm clicking on unlimited retakes. Students can have unlimited attempts within the 3 hours that I give them from 12:35 to 3:30. It's very important to take advantage of that. So again, it's to help them relearn and learn, and we will use Quizzes for tests. Tests, there are only 2 attempts, and so it's very important that they do very well on these quizzes to get them ready, and as they retake the quiz, they try to relearn the material. So now we're back at that PS assignments, and it goes through the rules and breakdowns for late assignments, with the exception if there are excused absences. And you can see in the yellow, that is where the makeups dates are assigned, and then I assign those with my students. That day in class is very important. They are aware of those, and they can get 75% credit. Unfortunately, there's only 1 attempt for the late quizzes that they've taken. Another component to the class, as we look at here, is that I record lots of my lectures pre-recorded so that they have them, besides all of these other assignments that you see here. So let's take a look here and take a look here at those videos. And again, I'm just pointing out where these assignments are. Google Classroom that we talked about, CK12, Edpuzzle, and Quizzes, and they're all posted in Google Classroom. So let's take a look at some of the videos that I post. But again, I post videos for every session, so the students who are absent, they have the instruction that they are supposed to be given that day. So for example, we're solving problems. Here is an assignment for average speed calculations. So here I made a video, and I go through and instruct on how to solve the problems, and I solve some examples, and you'll see here. So these videos are in place. So there are all of these different things in place, like the videos to help support. I'm there for the 50-minute period. And again, I will reiterate that I'm available after the 4 blocks are over. So after 12:35, I post the time for basically tutoring, and basically we can call it office hours for students to get help with their grades. Now you're going to see here, I think, another video. Yeah, another video. And this was a video on the CK12 reading. And the topic was calculating average speed. And here in that document, again, you're going to see where I actually have the live video. So, and then we'll see another video where it goes with the CK12 that I just mentioned. So this is actually the video that goes with that worksheet. So I offer videos so that they can do the work when they are asynchronous learning on their own. And then when we're synchronous learning together, I go over this information, review, and random call and check to see what they know. And so here's another one. Here is a quick video. It's basically another video on the CK12 9.4 speed digital text. And I go over that in this video. You kind of see I'll kind of jump forward here, going over essential information. There's the equation for calculating speed. And I add extra notes during my videos and tips and methods to solving problems. So I hope this helps. Again, the platforms I'm using is CK12. I've gone over how those assignments should be done and turned in. Edpuzzle, another platform we use. Quizzes, they're used as practice quizzes, and Quizzes, unlimited attempts for a quiz in a 3-hour time period from 12:35 to 3:30. Tests, only 2 attempts. They'll be taken in class. We haven't gotten there yet, but we will. And tutoring is available, and there's always instructional videos and these helpful links that take you to important information and deadlines. So this page is very important here. And there's a tutoring link. So this is the information for the class. I hope this was helpful. Please revisit this over and over again if you're unsure what you're expected to do and how to be successful.